Hello, everybody. I'm back again, and as you can see, it's 4th of July. Yeah, so you'll probably be hearing some banging from the fireworks, but it can't be helped. Anyways, as I said in the last video, I'll be starting out this episode with it's the side story, the understanding part 1 and 2. So let's begin. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of a door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway and stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. It's Yuri! Yuri's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She was. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her. It's her. It's the girl. It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl that Sayori had come across reading alone in a classroom. I had the feeling that would be Yuri, yeah. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please, come inside. The girl fully steps in the door but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sarah continues to fail containing her excitement. What's happening? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little lengthy. I'm Monica and this is Sayori, and we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join the club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh, do you want to take a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So, what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, I already. Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy's cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle DuPont? Can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. I'm on a 5th book, and it's just. Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, completely caught off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. Sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sarah nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, we'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sarah silently exchanging glances. Oh my gosh, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have no experience with fantasy. Except maybe stuff I read when I was a kid. But that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is their only interest? Doesn't it seem kind of like that? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point out things like that, Sailor. I just like to learn what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yori feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff. Just focus on spending time with her. Yay, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sarah lowers her voice. Probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky Valkyrie left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door popped open to reveal Yuri's return. I'm. I was. Shouldn't have given them so similar voices. Anyway, I'm back. The breath is slightly heavy, combined with her short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sarah and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sarah feared, the book Yuri brought from her was just about equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There's some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe. So going over those would be good to help you from would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Very nervously interject. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think like if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, like smiles and nods at Yuri while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at her book, glances around the room, showing no indication she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea someone was starting a literature club. That's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances over at Monica. Monica? Monica came to my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid, I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided it was probably irrational. Wait, darn it! Ah, why did I give them so similar voices? The whole time I was giving it too much of, like, out there. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just, like, walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Drake exhaled in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too, such as there being too many people. Not that I mind much, but I have a hard time meeting a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Ah, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. So hard to find others who are into the same things as I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kind of things are you into? Like genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sari pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about I tell you something I'm into, and you tell me about something you're into? I suppose that would be okay. Okay, well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things. Like making cute little collages or decorating things like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But then I'm out of it till the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Fair enough. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I guess I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you'll not. Stuck here with me now. I'm not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. Yeah, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after getting cut off. I like going out into the woods or to the park. Just places where you can walk and sit and not have many people around. It's peaceful. Just a nice kind, just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Well, I feel like I never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do. If you don't, let it slip through your fingers. If if you don't let it slip through your fingers. Alright, I interpreted that one wrong. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are you going to be starting on that book for the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Alright, I'll stop. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the clubroom. Sayori, you are like... And then I mix it up again. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still, besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put energy toward other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that you'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting a book with her next morning? Did I just say morning? I'm pretty sure it said meeting. Yeah, it said meeting. I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new member, it seems like everyone has gotten their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again. Monica went into the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? That one you won't get the same reaction if you don't know what happens in this game. Yuri silently nods, unable to make contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sarah tilts her head, not unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got over excited to share my books, now you had to stop me so we could talk this. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because I know that you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested, but if I like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, You don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. And Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff, mostly. So it just sounds like something fun we could do together. Reading your books. You know, like, like as a club activity. I'd be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I don't really know what's wrong with me. Yeah, sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel comfortable here. I didn't mean to click that. Sarah pulls her desk up next to Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sarah reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell, Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. It's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's you're supposed to draw out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just taking notes. Notes? I mean, yes, that's an effective strategy. Exactly. I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Yuri's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. Thinking about it, she decides it's probably best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but he can't hide her smile and a light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, most like anything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes out as smart. Especially you. No. Sarah rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sarah through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, both the races, his fiction, his history, elements of magic, the more questions Sarah seems to have. Despite Zoe's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds a passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just like putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you went to poetry. I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works and like poetry and folk songs. No way. Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. There Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, that's not for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sarah flips through the first pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But in silence, only a small moment before Sarah speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sarah turns the page. Are these footnotes? Mm-hmm. Most of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. To continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Bana's having. They didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Yuri rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sarah asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes, as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions does not come from her being used to the reading, but rather her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Terry reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Terry takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Terry tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going, and to keep doing my best, so I can see it the way you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her. We can do something else tomorrow. But I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sarah is left alone with her words. How did this happen? You're just having fun a second ago. My fault? I said something stupid and hurt her? Should I just have told her I enjoyed it? I trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. Oh, she doesn't want to come back. Drowned in guilt, Sarah stares blankly at her desk spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. Ah, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. Oh, that is a broken hanger. Sorry, I got distracted. I probably let her down too much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having much more fun. I need to do better for her. Alright. Ooh, new stuff. Really wish it would tell you which songs are new. Anyways, pictures. I like it how it does in this because it shows you which pictures are new. Anything down here that's new? Nope. So let's continue with understanding part 2. For the first time, Sarah is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why do my things affect me so much? Doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it still was my best. But I'm letting everyone down. Okay, yeah. Like, I also get too nervous with these things, but I just don't really like reading the sentences like that out loud. Sarah continues to wrestle with her self-depreciating thoughts. Every time noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation for Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass. Nobody enters the club. Not Yuri or Monica. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help the students with their work? such a pushover sometimes. I'm going to leave a bad impression on the club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Ah! Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside of the club room, like against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was just wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica's utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden? She was so eager to spend time with Sari before. Did they not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room to see Sari sitting alone. Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's all ironic, she realizes, that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer. Then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with new ones. Yuri nods. The two set off. Two walk in silence. Without Sari, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica. Ah! Monica tenses up at the stinted conversation. How the heck did Sari do it? Sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sarah told me. What did you end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard the kind of reading you were into. You know, it's kind of stupid of me. I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. It's silly to assume that everyone who comes into the club will just have the same interests as me. But so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. Hope the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started at her thought but can't figure out how to continue. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. Hmm? I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence. Then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't have been complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think that you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. And if it's important to that, you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's an issue with me. It feels so wrong to inconvenience you with it. Maka pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? My job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join this club. Hopefully, anyway. Learning about the diverse and needs and interests of everyone will help you come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course. You need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. Signals to Monica that she's switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic. Which one was a good choice. With better. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just And I accidentally opened the door. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. It's so easy for everyone else. How do you just make a conversation about an arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Fortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored, made fun of, or taken pity on. And Siri falls into that third category. What? Hold on. Are you saying that Sarah is taking pity on you? You're not. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me, or you don't connect like interests, just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sarah is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing their conversation over the original task. Did I just mix up there and they? Oh well. Ah, darn it, I didn't mean that one. No! Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. They're always different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always try to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so. No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Siri would be able to say better. Siri is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Siri to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can be resolved without them that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. So he wants to be your friend, I can promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just so resistant to it. I'm pushing such a kind of person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to hold it into a whole venting situation. But I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. But totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping me make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For a moment, for just a moment, Yuri finds it into herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finish replacing the old files with new ones. More accurately, Monica mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Ah! Yuri starts toward the door, then she turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that's the one downside to reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, though I could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room, we could use, like, an electric tea kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it'd be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica walks away. Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea is enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lays before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri? Oh, wait, no, I'm not done yet. Yuri shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sarah has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I'm scattered all the way through it. And look! Sarah holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Sarah sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri pressed her fists against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri. Sarah's she quivers in shock after having received quite the opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sarah looks like, did I do something wrong? I don't understand stuff. I did something wrong. Please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together that you really like, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks her knees, her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing. Loathing. That word and the word is quite similar too. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Why is it so hard to just articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing away people from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations, and she shuts her eyes, unable to face her or the rest of the world. She should just leave, just escape from her before Monica sees her like this, and before Yuri tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. Oh, this image is so wholesome. It's okay, Siri whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. Overcome with despair, Yuri finds herself unable to pull away from Siri's kind gesture. I didn't know you could do that. I know it's ruining the moment, but I genuinely did not know you could do. Then again, it does have the console release, so of course you should be able to not have to use the map. Whatever. Let's just continue. Oh. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through her clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. Understand the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know what you must be feeling right now. I promise, I understand. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Kira snuffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to being weirded out by me that it feels like everyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me from who I am. Yuri pauses, but Siri does not interrupt. Rather, she waits for you to continue. I just got too excited. I just got too excited when I joined the literature club. I thought it was finally my chance to make friends in my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's, it's all that I have going for me. Then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Terry, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you're so great at helping me when we're reading. So I'll help you with the things you need to. But I feel like that'd just be frustrating for you. It's how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid of you that you would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know. My irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. And, you know, there's no way you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about other people's feelings. We're all kind of weird, but it's the literature club. That it's the part that we're all different, have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise, that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we don't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons why you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad that we tried it and learn more about us. You're like super duper smart. I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile comment at that comment. Already the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Steria's arms. Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted that long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Mm. Well, that voice crack didn't work with me. Yuri's sensation relaxes. For once, she feels okay listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sarah, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, it's something that she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose you wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time if you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. Don't be offended. Of course. I'm not gonna judge anything this early on, so we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, it was kind of nice. I was just saying. And then Monica just burst in. I'm back. Monica's back. I haven't seen Mike at all recently. Sarah trots over to Monica. Ah, she whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sarah. Sarah wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, it might be good to know. Sarah can be kind of a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster. Art Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Very last, Monica perplexedly looks at between the two of them and smiles. Well, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad that you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like a first real activity at the literature club. About that, you've been so patient in exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderate of you not to return the favor to you and about the things that you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? Reese smiles. Oh, that was so happy and so wholesome. Ooh. Huh. Oh, that's a nice image. It's a bunch of notes with ID, positive 5D, yes. Oh my gosh, it's that S. You got all the club members, except for the main character. You got the cow plush, the bird plush. I'm sorry, I'm just going into a lot of detail on this. Don't forget, ask Monica about it. I feel like I've heard it that summer before. I don't know. 2 heart balloons. I'm trying to see if I can find any Easter eggs. Sticky notes. Oh, that's nice. I forget what one of these are called, but she turned her name into one of these things. Alright. Anything lower? And the scene from the side story. I think I'm probably gonna keep this as my image wallpaper though. But yeah. Again though, I have no idea what songs have been added. Some have definitely been added. I just don't know which. So, gonna take a bit of a break. And then I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so let's finish this episode up with some ddlc. And I mean like classic DLC, because this is ddlc. Doki. Sorry. Load game from the poem. Now this time, I'm gonna try and make a Natsuki poem, since that should unlock her side story. Oh, let's see. Sugar, kawaii, milk, chocolate, clumsy. Ah, darn it! I should have seen that one. Cute. Nibble, vanilla, poof, fluffy, strawberry, lollipop, hair. Lissa! Flower. No! Honey. That's 3 in a row! Skirt. That one's. Bro. I am tempted to save Scum if this doesn't work. I am honestly tempted to save Scum. This is oh yeah, I should have seen that one coming. There's a reason why I kind of thought I would go to Natsuki, but I also should have seen that coming. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Are you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. I didn't know this was Undertale. Sorry, that's a stupid joke. Starting his club and now playing a piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. Except, why did I just stop in the middle of that? Alright, anyway. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But the whole day is cool where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Come on! Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Yeah? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, the joke makes no sense in translation. Fun fact, that joke doesn't make sense in any language, because in Japanese, it's not split up like that. Haha! Yeah, I watched the video where it's everything wrong with ddlc. Don't judge me! And don't worry, because in case you're thinking I got spoiled of this game, it was, for those of you who haven't watched it, it was simply the original game. This game wasn't out at that point yet. It wasn't even announced. Heck, it wasn't even made. I'm pretty sure it was made like shortly out the same year the game released. Original game. Anyway, let's continue. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is standing at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I raise my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Ah! Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just feel like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry way too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. The conversation has already disappeared, with everyone back to their usual activities. Maybe we should ask Monica if she knows anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been prepping for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. Yeah. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Oh boy, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but... Have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading it a bit into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers on her emissary, who's idly rubbing her up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on the mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, little boy. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never usually like this. Always talks to me about things that bothered her. This time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything. So I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Eh? Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has no time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? Are you that blind? Saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, oh boy. How can on earth could you come like that? I just like, I guess it is again the power of like knowing a lot of what's gonna happen, but the player character is just so ignorant in this game. Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sarah talks about you more than anything else, you know? Eh? She's been so much happy ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sirius is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not in any way different now than it has been. You're so funny, oh boy. You thought that maybe as you've always seen her so cheerful, because that's just how she is when she's around you. I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions. You should forget what I said. I want you to talk to it, so let's try not to think of it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know you said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sarah is sitting. I wish her to kneel down next to Sarah and gently talk to her. She's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear her from her. I sigh and I mean, maybe it's because it's not your freaking conversation. Eh? You ever think of that? Not Sarah told me not to worry about her, but and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much I care about her. Letting this weigh me down so much. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice you're peering at me from for her book. But she looks away quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach people or start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice to approach her myself. But now it's a little easier for me to do that. Darn, I bumped into this lamp. The last one broken, I don't want this one breaking. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How are you even able to tell I was thinking like that? Well, something I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. What troubles are only the concern of those who are willingly shared in that case. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. I'm sorry, looking around. But if you'd prefer to share what's on your mind, then I'd be glad to listen. That's really not that big of a deal. I was feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today. When I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I don't want you to misunderstand. Jerry and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her own feelings. I hate this clothes hanger. Sorry, I should probably pause the recording right now, but it shouldn't take that long. Didn't even get a new one of these. Maybe just buy a cover thing or something. I don't know. And let's continue. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Oh boy. The world is full of meaning, deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so you think there might be something behind it after all? I think there is a very complex person. Mannerisms or the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed this strange behavior yesterday too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Sure. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gently curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold, even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may cover feelings that you want to may cover feelings that you want to wear within you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. You're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not as nearly as sophisticated as you. But that's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes through cheese, their poems, I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was thinking about Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, since I wrote it for Best Girl, you gotta start with Best Girl. Finally. Eh? This one. It's good. I was wondering how long it would take you. Alright. Yeah, seriously. Don't listen to what anyone else says. Especially yours. Just keep writing poems like this. That's all you need. Are you sure it's not just what you want? Excuse me? You're talking to a pro, you know. Don't you think you should trust my opinion the most? guess that depends. Are you biased toward poems are more simple and cute? Biased? Of course not. My opinion just happens to be the best. That's the definition of thinking biased. Still one thing I can't tell. Natsuki actually aware of her spoiled behavior? That's right, I don't know if I'll ever figure it out. Fair enough. I'm glad you like my poem after all. I knew you'd finally understand. Just keep showing me your poem, then you'll be a pro before you know it. Anyway, here's the one I wrote. The way that's written, with me having a dirty I'm sorry, I just can't with that. Anyway, let's read it. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish you your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, the sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. That didn't rhyme. Oh, it rhymed with the previous line, okay. I'll be the beach that watches your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about every day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you had thought it had left long ago. Let's bury our heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams, and hold my hand. Hush your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. I'll see you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're so wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. Yeah, I'll be the beach that you daydream about every day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought I left you long ago. But if you left me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll never learn to love yourself again. I don't know why I read it in that voice, but let's just continue. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message from it. Besides, the beach is awesome. Try not to write anything negative about the beach. So I decided to write about the beach first, and then come up with a message later. Oh, yeah. So, well, yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after a year and I, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, try not to make a topic and have both of us write about it. Whatever. Yeah, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and trying to impress me by cutting up something else fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did anyway. I mean, this mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Who should I show my poem to next? To Monica. Hi, old boy. You thought about what you wanted to make the performance successful. Well, being as club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It'd also make me happy to see. Anyways, let's have a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding out in my hand. I like it, oh boy. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ah, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something that Suki would like. She's a good writer, too. Take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There's always lots of poems or stories out there that are no more good than few simple words. They can be funny, enduring, or sad. Sometimes only a few lines long, but they might even feel like they're written for kids. But if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying Natsuki's kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it'd be your kind of poem to explore. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, right? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. No tale about a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful day has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose. All that was ever sought, here I am, a feather. Lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all else have turned away, the legend still remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall. And I fall some more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no one to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. We seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend doesn't exist. And with a breath, she pulls me back afloat. I pick up a gust of wind. That is a yow. I feel like learning and looking forward for answers, the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it's kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into that. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we all have the same answers, doesn't the world start to lose its meaning? There's one thing I noticed. Seems like everyone has covers for writing poems that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. Alright, I like that line. Because 2D talking to the player who's 3D. It's a good line. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. I remember you were too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good. It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people enjoy your writing, sharing becomes a lot easier. But instead of just telling you that your writing is good, okay or bad, you don't have to focus more on everything that went into it and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Alright. Next up, Sayori. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I... Oh, no. Don't tell me. Thing is coming up. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably not Suki. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. That is a lie. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. Making new friends, just like I was helping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, old boy. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. Just a little tired today. Alright. Player, character, you dense. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can always go play with everyone else now. If you insist. I freaking hate this left click. It doesn't like to work on me. Sorry, I need to replace this mouse. Even the little pads on the bottom to kind of help it slide better are coming off. Should turn my mouse off. Yay! I'm gonna get home a little bit early today. Hey, Ori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Ray cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. The scene's coming. The scene is definitely coming. If you don't know what the scene is, I'm surprised because I've been hinting at it quite well. And that was the critic of the class. I guess club. I see. I think I'm improving in writing in general, but I can't help but feel a little bit foolish. What for? Just, I feel like I kept trying to offer advice when it should have been clear to me that you prefer a different writing style. I probably just sound arrogant. I'm so stupid. That's a little... No, you don't understand. I spent so much time worrying about what's better and what's worse. Not just with you. With Natsuki and Sayori. It's obvious now nobody has fun talking to me. And because of that, I'll just keep my mouth shut about your poem. Wow! Yuri buries her head into her arms on her desk. That's not the first time I've seen her do that. I don't think it's ever as bad as you make it sound in your head. I think if people really didn't like talking to you, then it would be a lot more obvious. I know that you like to read deeply into things, but some things are just worth taking at face value. I've gotten used to it. That is hard for me to be compared or then comprehend any other possibility. Gotten compared to what? Reading deeply into things? Darn it, I put it down. Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I never meant to bring this up. Yuri turns away from me. You should go. Eh? Please. Please don't look at me right now. I want to do something. Are you sure? You're not. Alright. I'll leave Yuri be. Comforting or reassuring her is nearly impossible as it is. So when she wants to be left alone, I think anything I say can only make things worse. I feel bad, but thankfully she doesn't take it out on me. I'll wait until she's feeling a little bit easier. Okay, you three. We're all done showing poems, right? Why do we start figuring out? Hold on a second. Just me, or did you say something a little strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase in the dress of the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is that mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is the foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Yeah, the scene's definitely coming. In your books, maybe? What, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori, you always, helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost as if everyone's balance is thrown off when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just meant to be. Atsuki, please show some decency. Come on! She wasn't feeling too well, so she went home more early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all times not to go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? Except for you two being all lovey-dovey. No! First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. Second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Huh? A curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. Darn it. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, just to completely ignore the question. Oh, no, that's what she said. Okay. Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of our festival preparations, so I decided what everyone will be doing this weekend. Wait, no, yeah, she just completely ignored the question. What, Monica? Why? Monica, don't ignore the question. Answer the freaking question. I already know what I'm doing. That's great. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm going to be painting and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. You will be helping me design them. As for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm used to... No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sarah enough credit. But all I can say are things are harder on you once she's not around. That may be the case, but even if I can't also be a leader on my own, if I can't, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So yeah, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? You should make some banners and decorations to help set up the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at your desk. Focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I can see. That's great. Why do I always mix their voices up? That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, it just leaves you, oh boy. Well, it was truly useless. Don't say that. I also thought Monica was saying that for a second. I'm like, whoa, that's a bit harsh. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to do. Probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's another good suggestion. I was thinking I spend the weekend with one of my club members. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you wouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Suki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you like to handle baking on your own. Oh, I might not like to be around if you only make him out to be nuisance. Is my battery running out? Okay, it's not there yet. So therefore, you may be more suited to dealing with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? It's more like you're just making excuses for all boys. Well, what are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what you think. Guys. And I wasn't too low there. Let's settle down for a moment. The other thing is up to your boy to decide who to contribute to. Besides, he really hasn't gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry, I'm just saying though. Jeez, can we sell this already? Yeah. Oh, well, you're okay with this, right? Yes, up to you. Ah, of course. Very well. In that case, I'm gonna look straight for out. Of course, I'm gonna go with Sayori. I mean, it's gotta be anyone. I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, and Monica said Sayori was helping her. Jeez, you really hate us that much? No, sorry, I didn't mean for us to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay? Um, I can't wait for something that's coming up with the menu. Like, I'm not gonna say what happens. I'm just saying that I can't wait for it. Anyway, Monica. I guess I should probably be helping. I'm not gonna make the obvious joke here. I could have just add another word to that sentence and make it a joke, but not doing that. I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yes, I made the joke. Very quietly, though, she probably didn't hear it. Yeah, you picked me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. But Hikaru's not Suki. Not only is you already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But oh boy was the one who... It doesn't matter. You're the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motive? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you're the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. It's completely false, Monica. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't go as good of a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want the event to succeed, we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So are you gonna do the right thing, President? Okay, I get it. It's technically most logical for a boy to help one of you two. So I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have a preference? So far, those things I've chosen are like, no, you can't do that. So it's like, I'll say, Ori, can't do that. Oh, Monica, can't do that. And I'll help Best Girl. Well, baking sounds like it can be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so we can probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Huh? Just a minute ago you were saying that. That's because... Never mind, okay? But anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm fine. I'm used to it after all. That's good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad. That's everything, right? Anything else I need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts. How are you, a boy? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it turns out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? He's still sulking. Hatsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not just be that. Huh? I think that... Hang on a second. Right. I think that Yuri might be feeling a little unappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do, and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... That's Natsuki ran to the back between everyone with a weird expression. Look! Natsuki. Look, Natsuki goes over, house, and hands down Yuri's shoulders. It was her. Yuri, you are the most talented one here. And I think you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. But you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the experience. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Tsuki releases her hands and turns around her face to the other direction. You don't really mean that, do you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Nick and I have also taken aback to Natsuki's words. Natsuki of all people, so he's saying such encouraging things. But until I begin to understand, Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can still say she tried to say something Sayori would say. You get a lot of time like this. Sayori always helps people smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a great event. Yeah! Yeah. I see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for it to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a little bit longer. I got to do any reading today, so fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. We packed their things. I set the phone. Monica and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? You still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. Literally, you would have just gotten home and realized you don't have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. You know, yeah, that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, I'm coming over this Sunday. Bring over all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping it, I'd be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? Kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah? How do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. If you needed each other's numbers now, that's all I need from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me? Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you say you're just gonna give me dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like you'd act like in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this. But really? Well, kinda. Because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Uh, Never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki's coming to my house on Sunday? I don't know why I would have preferred to do this with Sayori. Mindset, I shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows? Was what might end up happening or outside the school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous if Sayori? Why do I feel nervous if Sayori finds out about it? Not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, Maka said this about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. Oh yeah, right. Well, I think that's good for today's episode. I'm gonna. Didn't have to save scum. Woo! So, 6 ddlc. New pictures. Let's see. Got this. It's like the word kawaii during the poem minigame. Natsuki's third poem. Monika's third poem. Next one, try both Sayori and Monika for her help before choosing Natsuki or Yuri. Well, that's nice art. A promo art. And Act 1, write a poem for a different character each chapter. For all three. Well, that's nice. Alright, anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. And as you can see, data collected 33%. Don't know what that means, but whatever. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Which, if I follow my streak, will be coming out tomorrow. See ya!